Okay. You do a huge crypto scam, and people lose their Christmas money, their savings. People lose so much money. You make so much money off of it, and when you're getting criticized for it, and someone's exposing you in the Twitter space, you're just like, anywho, I'm gonna go to bed in the middle of it. Just leave.
Yap, yap, yelling at pigeons. Yap, yap, nobody listens. Yap, yap, screaming my vision. Yap, yap, yelling at pigeons.
Welcome back to Yelling at Pigeons. Today is Wednesday, December 18th. And Caleb, this podcast, our little baby boy, is old enough to drink, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, technically it's only a few months old, but
Yeah.
this is episode 21.
21.
Shout out to the pod, 7 times longer than, and not any other podcast, 7 times longer than the average podcast.
Yeah.
Built
Yeah.
different, if you ask me.
Honestly, yeah. Like we just we sit down every week and record. That's all we do.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can start getting more clips out soon if I get a new computer soon.
That would be nice.
If Santa prays
Yeah.
my
Come on,
letter to Santa.
Come
Santa. Made it to the North Pole. It's also, we haven't really discussed what we're doing next week because Wednesday is Christmas next week.
Yeah.
So this might be the last episode before
So we probably
Christmas.
should figure that out.
So if so, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Touching on that real quick,
Happy holidays.
which would probably be better off the show, but why not? Part of me is thinking about not recording next week. Well, we could even if we record it ahead, but not putting an episode out next week because we don't have that many listeners, and I don't want anyone that is like, oh, I listen because I want to support them. I don't want them to feel like they have to find time to listen to us during family stuff.
Let's put out what if
But we did do one during Thanksgiving.
What if we put out our 16-minute bit?
Bucky's review?
60 minutes. What?
The Bucky's review?
Yeah, like our Bucky's review, our driving from. It's just 16
Yeah,
minutes. We can
might
put
be able to
something
do
out,
that.
at least a YouTube
Yeah.
video. Spotify, if someone has 16 minutes to listen to us. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We could just do that.
Yeah,
and we could
figure
also
something out.
maybe we could record like 14 minutes because I'll be home, before Christmas. So and we'll probably hang out. So at some point we can do like a little 14-minute, make it a 30-minute episode, Christmas spectacular.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Because I do want to put out that one thing that I talked to you about doing.
Yes, that would be fun. You're right.
Yeah. So we could like do that. Bing bang boom.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think of a segue for this, but speaking of segues,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Speaking of segues, which are electronics,
Yes.
I'm trying to make this work. There's the drones are taking over.
The
drones are taking over. We obey the drones. We are owned by the drones, and that's just the way the world works at this point. They're just all over the place, and they're in charge. And look, I might be the first one to say this. So far, fingers crossed, drones haven't hurt us. So
yeah. Did you see?
if they keep not hurting us, no, honestly, it's a little weird.
On another show, I think it might have been part of my take. They said that they were aliens protecting us from other aliens.
Yeah. That was President Pug.
If that's the case,
President Pug.
Great.
Kind of rocks, but also kind of
rocks.
Are they precautionary protecting, or were they like, here they come? We're protecting. It was funny though when someone mentioned that. I don't know who else slipped in and no one else acknowledged it. They were like, I think it was Hank. They were like, that's literally the plot of Transformers. But okay,
it really is. Great movies. Great movies.
Yeah, but the drones. I don't know. I kind of think they're ours. I just want to know why why we're doing it.
Speaking of,
So.
I follow a couple different like comic strip pages on. Speaking of aliens, and I saw this. They asked us. It was an alien talking to somebody like near. It was like Easter, and he was like, "Oh, like what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, like we're celebrating Jesus." Like, "Oh yeah, we celebrate Jesus too." And they were like, then the person was like, "Oh yeah, we're waiting for his second coming." You're like, "Oh, he comes and hangs out with us every year. I wonder why he doesn't hang out with y'all every year." And then the alien was like, "You did what to him?"
That's funny.
So that's it's probably much better in the comic strip form, but just an alien.
Yeah.
Like, you did what? You did what to him? He's our boy. Very funny.
You know, I don't know. I was thinking about, the drones and aliens, as you did with the comic strip. And I was thinking, like, what if tomorrow is the day that the aliens came and invaded our nation?
Mm-hmm.
Like, would we even be able to, like, mess with the technology they have? Like, do we have the type of weaponry to mess with their ships, or not at all?
Yeah.
Would they just walk up, like, right in our place, just laughing at us, blasting at us, and making everybody disintegrate and assimilate without a hint of intimidation? Like, or would we do some stuff that would, like, make their heart race? Like, granted, I don't know the alien heart, but you get what I'm saying. Like, would they be like
Earth go hard?
Yeah, like, would they be like Earth go hard? Or would they be like, would it just be another conquest? Would it be like,
or would they be like
Earth go hard? They were harder than Simeon.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
I
what I mean?
know. I don't know.
So I've kind of been thinking about that, about the Army and Navy.
Yeah. Do you mess with the war?
I don't know how to respond to that because I don't remember in the song what she says. I don't think she does.
I know your cousin was in like the Air Force or something, so I didn't know if you just messed with the war.
Yeah, I thought of that. I just assumed it extended to family. There's some people that are. Most people are so lost right now.
As soon as you started saying, I called on. I don't know if you could see.
I figured you would. You would.
That was "Pillow Talking" by Lil Dicky.
Such a long song, but very fun.
That could be the reason that Lil Dicky was in my top 5 of artists. I listened to it.
Yeah, that's true. If you listen to Pillow Talking once, he's in your top 5 because it's such a long song.
That should be like
brain got a poop still.
That should be like considered a podcast at this point.
Yeah, top 5 podcast, Pillow Talking by Lil Dicky. I would listen to that though if he did a show called Pillow Talking.
Even if you just like, there was a point in time before, me and you talked about doing a podcast. My old roommate, we talked about doing a podcast where we just both laid in bed and called it Pillow Talk.
So Bobby Altoff and Drake.
Yeah, it was like right around the same time, and then I was like, wait, that's what they did.
Yeah, Lopriori Bros did an episode like that one time.
Just two dudes in a bed, pillow talking,
5 feet apart. I hope.
Yeah, maybe
5 feet apart because they're not gay.
We probably snuggle up sometimes. comfortable with our own sexuality.
I mean, it was a Vine reference, but okay.
Well, yeah, no, I'm aware. But
you said you were Caleb.
you said you were Kurt.
How does $10 sound?
Are we just going to turn this into an episode where we just quote random things?
Yeah, I was thinking about Good Burger today when they were just having like a conversation. I want to say about like, where do I know you from? And Ed just puts grapes in his nose like, I'm Grape Nose Boy.
Or no, wasn't he like, you ever been to Australia?
But yeah, he's like, I just can't figure out where I know you from. You look so familiar. And he's like, you ever been to Australia? And he's like, nah, me either. It's just pointless. Such a good movie. I still never seen the second one. Have you seen it?
I was about to ask you if you saw the second one. I have not.
I kept putting it off because like me and all, or at least most of my siblings were going to watch it together, and we just never did. So now I still haven't seen it.
On Christmas Eve this year.
The plan was to do it on vacation last year. We're getting ready to go on vacation again. Like, that's how far the gap of just, we'll wait till we watch it together.
That's true.
So,
what you said you land on January 8th, right?
Oh, we're not going to tell people, Caleb. People are robbing rich and famous people's houses right now.
Well, I figured
So
that. Well,
that's a trend going around. I don't want them to know when I'm gone.
Well, they knew you were going to be out of town on January 6th, so
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I will also
Not,
be
by the
in
way.
Orlando that time, so maybe we can link up on that.
Joke's on you. I could get to the Capitol and back in one day.
That's so true. So true. It's making a day trip. Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't want people knowing. They could get my schedule and break in and find that I have a supermodel swimsuit girlfriend in my house and that no one knows about.
She's not going on vacation with you?
No, I mean, it was Joe Burrow reference, but yeah.
Yeah. Did you...
Shout out Joe Burrow.
Speaking of January 6th, and your guy, Donald Trump,
yeah.
He won the Times Person of the Year this year.
He did.
Yeah.
Typical.
You
I think presidents do often. Yeah, I have a vote for Times Person of the Year for sure, and that was absolutely my vote. I'm on the board at Time. Is it Time or Times?
I think it's Time. Time Person of the Year.
Yeah, they.
But people refer to it as the Times. But
no, that's the New York Times, which you were on the front cover of one time.
Yes, so were you.
Front page. Was I?
I don't know.
Okay, you were though. That was pretty.
Wait, was I?
Yeah, you were on the front page of the New York Times.
When?
You were in your car during COVID.
Was that the New York Times?
I think so.
Or was it like? Oh, interesting.
I thought it was.
I forgot.
I don't know,
but I was.
Maybe it wasn't New York Times.
I didn't get that.
Maybe I'm overselling it.
No, it definitely was me. I don't know what. We'll figure it
No,
out.
I know it was you, but I think it was the New York Times.
Yeah, because
It's
there was
kind of
like
a big
people
deal.
going to church during COVID in cars.
Yeah, in their cars. Yeah.
And I was doing that. Which makes me, anyway, the Time Person of the Year.
Okay. Yeah.
Do we want to go? I know we went through a trip down memory lane last week with all of our words. Should we figure out which other people that you look up to are on the cover of Time?
Yeah, let's just maybe like do the last few and then pick out some absurd ones and tell me the year and I'll guess.
Okay.
Like I don't want to if they have them back to like 1900, I don't want to read off.
No, they have them back to 1927.
Yeah. Like some of them I won't even know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the first one was Charles Lindbergh.
Shout out C. Lynn.
Shout out Airplanes.
That's what he did. I knew that.
It says the first solo transatlantic flight. I
didn't even know they had trans people back then.
I didn't know the Atlantic was trans.
We went different directions with that joke.
Shout
out to the trans oceans out there.
He flew a plane. Walter Chrysler, don't know who that is. Owen D. Young,
Walter Chrysler, you don't know who that is, Caleb?
No.
The owner and founder of the Chrysler building?
Well, I figured, but
I have no idea.
I
have no idea.
I figured it was like Chrysler, like the car company, but
Mary Chrysler
also is Chrysler. Anyway, Owen D. Young, don't know who that is. This next one, 1930, completely shocked me that this person was alive in 1930. And not only that, he didn't die for another 18 years.
Okay, 48.
Gandhi was alive in the 1900s. If you would have told me that he was from like the 1700s, I would have been like, yeah.
Brother, you could have said Gandhi was around in he died in 1448. And I would have been like, yeah, that sounds right. And I guess that makes sense. We do have like pictures of him and stuff.
Yeah.
But still, that's crazy.
When I saw that he was alive less than 100 years ago, I was like, no way. But
yeah, that's wild. What year was he Person of the Year?
1930.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I wonder what year he was born.
Guess what? I have that too. 1869. Which is
nice.
Probably like when I thought that he would have like died. Like probably like 1700s to 1800s was when he was alive. But
yeah.
Then a couple more. FDR's on there a few years later. FDR's on there again. He went
1, 2, 3, 4. JFK, FDR.
Great reference.
True president.
1932 and 1934. He he was Person of the Year, which
is that like presidential thing or something?
I guess. Well,
But those
no,
are only 2 years apart.
Yeah, the elections aren't. I don't know. He was probably just a really good guy then.
Yeah.
Couple more that I don't really know, and then the big one, 1938.
1938. I have a guess that I don't love, but I know
Well, I think you.
that this.
I think you respect it.
Yeah, do you? No, there is one that I know did win Person of the Year, and it's insane. And that is none other than the Big H, your boy.
H-Man. Which, like, I guess before he went crazy. I mean, I guess he was always crazy. Like,
go ahead. Yeah. Tell them about how much you like him.
Like, he did the unification of Germany with Austria. So, like, there were things that people were like, oh, this might be good, and then he was like, psych, I'm going to be a really bad person. And then the next one was
Are we sure what did the unification entail? Are we sure that was good?
I don't know.
Because maybe he was only unifying his people.
Probably that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
I don't. This is not a history.
But
podcast.
what you guys should know is that Caleb agrees with it. Regardless.
I do not. Because
oh, you don't agree with it?
The next one was Stalin, who is also
also great guy historically speaking.
Yep.
Man, they back to back.
Yeah.
Horrible picks. That's crazy.
Yeah, horrible picks. And then Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of the UK. I guess he wasn't. He was on our.
I gotta be honest.
There's wars, right?
Is this a safe space?
Yeah.
I'm aware that Winston Churchill is a historical relevant figure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember why.
I just know that he was
really
on Team USA. I guess not really Team USA. He was on the same side as the United States during the World Wars.
Oh, I was gonna say he was an Olympian.
Yeah, he was an Olympian.
I'm like not even kidding. I thought that's where you were going with it. I was like, wow, I had a wrong idea of who Winston Churchill was.
And then a third time, we're getting our guy FDR.
Man.
Yeah. So he's.
Do we know who has the most Person of the Years?
It might be him.
It's
going through this. So far, it's him. And then in 1942, again, while all this stuff's going on, Joseph Stalin wins it again.
That's crazy.
Yeah, in 42, he got it.
So having him after the H-Man,
yeah,
back to back, crazy enough that they're both on there and back to back, and then somehow got even worse because you had him a second time.
A second time.
That's wild.
A couple more that I don't really know. Then Dwight D. Eisenhower, Harry S. Truman, again, presidents.
Yeah, presidents usually do.
Harry Truman again, he's got 2 of them. Churchill again has 2 of them. 1950, the American Fighting Man.
Okay, is that like the guy?
No,
awesome.
It just says it's just like troops involved in the Korean War. This is another one that's crazy. In 1952, 70 years before she died, Queen Elizabeth was on the cover.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Also,
that's wild.
People didn't like her either. So,
in 1952, you said?
Well, no, I think she was fine then, but like that's when she got it. That's when she became the queen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why she got it. So this was a Mickey Mouse championship, basically.
Yeah.
They just gave it to her for no reason.
Yeah. And then Dwight D. Eisenhower again in 59. In 1960, U.S. scientists got it.
All encompassing.
Yeah.
I wonder what they achieved that caused that.
No idea. JFK got it in 61. MLK Jr. got it in 1963. Nice. Again, a lot of these are...
Ooh, breaking news.
Oh, breaking news.
I mean, this... I shouldn't even have mentioned it. It is a very big deal in baseball. But neither of us watch it, and this also isn't yelling at sports. But Cody Bellinger to the Yankees, that rocks.
Okay. Well,
like that.
Yeah. In 19, we're going to go back to this list. 1968, the Apollo 8 astronauts. They didn't. They didn't land on the moon.
No.
I think it was Apollo.
Right?
No, they made it.
Okay.
But in 1969 was when Apollo 11 made it to the moon, but they didn't win it in 1969.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, Apollo 8 was the first crewed mission to leave the Earth's gravitational pull and reach the moon. But did they land on the moon? They orbited the moon 10 times.
They orbited the moon. They did not land on the moon. 1969 was when Apollo 11 did. And if they landed on the moon, putting that in air quotes, wouldn't you think they would be the Times People of the Year?
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Instead, we got the Middle Americans, which helped win an election or something.
Well, and then in 2018, we got Apollo Creed 2, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Creed 2.
Yeah. Then we're going to go... And in 1975, I know you were, against this one, but I'm, really...
Yeah, when I was around in 1975.
I really support this one in 1975, the American women.
Okay, finish your
the
line.
Times Person of the
okay.
Year. And I know you were no, they don't belong on the cover of a magazine. Where did you say they belong?
You're thinking of Harrison Bucker. He said they belong in the kitchen.
That was him. That was him. I get you guys confused sometimes. I know you guys have a lot of same beliefs.
Well, and we both believe that you should make your field goals. That's
true.
the shared belief that we have, even though you didn't.
In 1982, we're going to skip around. The computer was the Time Person of the Year, which feels like foreshadowing. Was foreshadowing too.
They're like computer's not a person, and then it's like here we are.
Yeah,
kind of is.
More presidents. 1988, the endangered Earth.
Okay.
Person.
They were maybe a little early, but so was this the second woman to win it? No, third. Well, there's they've been winning it since Nam. Yeah.
There's
shout out.
People from on there. Yeah, Bill Clinton's on this list. George H.W.
Great guy.
Newt Gingrich won it in 1965, and he was probably old then.
Is he the only Newt ever?
Maybe.
I haven't heard of another Newt.
Famous Newts. Bill Clinton again. If I told you that Jeff Bezos won it in 1999, I don't know why it was hard for me to believe.
99? Yeah, that's a little... I mean, it lines up. I'd be surprised that he got Times Person... you could convince me he was relevant in 99. Yeah. But Person of the Year is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Also, should have realized this. Newt Gingrich's name is Newton.
Newton. Okay.
So they call him Newt.
2002 was the Whistleblowers.
Cool. What does that mean?
I don't know.
What kind of whistles were they blowing?
Uncovered accounting irregularities in financial reports of Enron. So the Enron whistleblowers. 2003 was the American Soldier.
Shout out.
I'm an American soldier. I'm American.
I actually don't think I know that one.
And then 2006.
I know this one.
We're both on it. It was us.
Yeah, we tied.
It was representing individual content creators. What are we doing now?
Creating content.
So if you think for 1 second that you don't create any content and you were on the cover in 2006, you're wrong.
Yeah.
But we now fall under that umbrella.
That almost throws a wrench in my Instagram bio, which says I was Person of the Year in 2006, because I didn't create content in 2006. But
I feel like
low key. Also, low key, we just didn't publish it.
Yeah. Oh, we used
to the bomb. The bomb. Remember the camera? We called it the bomb.
Yeah. We used to make so many videos.
Or my flip camera.
Yeah, the flip camera was awesome. 2007 is another one where I'm like, whoa, why is this person on this list? And it's Vladimir Putin.
Whew. Times has got some hits.
Zuckerberg was 2010. That's when Facebook came out, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good for him.
Well, that's probably when it was really booming,
Yeah. 2011 was The Protester.
The singular.
The Protester. So against a bunch of just like against the drug war in Mexico, for education in Chile, social justice in Israel.
Education in Chile. I don't know much about Chile. I know you're usually going to add like beans, probably.
Mm-hmm. Beef.
Kevin
beef.
says you want everyone to mingle and get to know each other in the pot.
Probably some onions, carrots.
Yeah.
Maybe carrots. I don't know.
Yeah. Chile education.
2014. This is crazy to me that it was 2014 because that feels like so long ago. Ebola fighters.
Yeah. Man, that does feel like a long time
10
ago.
years ago.
Man,
Which is
that's
insane.
crazy.
And then the Guardians, Orlando Guardians, they weren't even around in 2018.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Um,
Or the Cleveland Guardians also weren't around.
Yeah. And then it's really funny that Zelensky and the Spirit of Ukraine were 2022, just after Putin, like a few years after Putin was Person of the Year.
Yeah, that's crazy. Also, you can't give it to Zelensky and the Spirit of Ukraine.
Yeah, it's two of them. I don't know why.
You give it to one or the other. Or, I would argue the Spirit of Ukraine doesn't count anyway.
Yeah.
The people of Ukraine. I can see that.
And then this one, 2023, I think they were just getting cute with it, which, does she belong there? Yes. But it's very different than most other people on this list.
What year is this? 2023?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Taylor Swift. Like,
Yeah.
I think they were just getting cute with it, but also like, yeah, she did so much last year with
She had a year.
concerts and stuff. But
Yeah,
like, I think,
she had a huge year.
they were just getting cute with it. Like, they're just like, Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I mean, she was everywhere, though, if you think about it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, she was everywhere. She was on a world tour.
Yeah. And then obviously this year, as you said, was your boy.
Your boy.
So, yeah, with that, we wanted to start doing our own.
Yeah.
The Yelling at Pigeons
The
person
first
of the
annual.
year. I thought about pitching the idea of the Yelling at Pigeons noun of the year.
Okay.
Person, place, thing.
Okay.
It's just anything. But I did not write down anything other than persons.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Great.
I don't know.
So how do we want to do this? We've talked about doing it a couple different ways.
I'm thinking, how many did you bring to the table?
I have 6.
Okay. I have, I think, 8 or 9.
Okay.
I will rip off however many I need to get even with you. And then I think we just go back and forth counting down until 1. Even though mine aren't really ranked. My 1 is ranked. 1 is my 1.
I think 1 is the same one as
But after that, they're not really ranked.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we'll just talk it out and figure out who we want to these are nominations, but who do we want to give the award to?
Yeah.
So let me pull up my notes here. You said you have 6?
6.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have 9. So I'll rip off the 3 that I had on the bottom. Not necessarily the last 3, but just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not ranked. Number 9, I had Sabrina Carpenter. I feel like this was her year.
Yeah, she had
hit after hit after hit.
Mm-hmm.
Did unfortunately get cheated on. Kept her in the news cycle though.
Yeah, and she's gonna have great music to come out of it.
Oh yeah,
Can't wait.
Great music to come out of it. She had a huge year.
There's like a weird thing with me, like with like artists, where I'm like, oh, they got broken up with, or something. You know, they got cheated on. Well, like that's good for the consumer because the music is going to be incredible.
Yeah. And what does that say about us as the consumer? Because why don't we want any happy? I'm living my best life music.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, why are we like, oh, she got engaged? We're gonna get bangers out of this. No, she got cheated on. Let's go. Great music. So
yeah, I feel like there's more like heart and energy that goes into like breakup music.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So.
By the way, I'm not saying she got cheated on. Let's go. But I'm saying the all-encompassing consumer tends to benefit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had Sabrina Carpenter on there. Huge year for her. At 8, I had Timothy Chalamet.
Okay. Also,
huge
didn't
year.
realize he was going to be Bob Dylan.
Yeah, that movie looks good.
Good pick for that.
Yeah, and he was obviously in Dune 2. You like Dune 2?
I'm more into Dune 3, waiting for that one.
Dune 3, yeah. Dune 3 is it's gonna be a good time. Dune 3,
Let
me tell you. Sometimes you just Dune 1 is fine, but yeah, he was in Dune 2 this year. Proved that he's a ball knower.
But yeah,
evidently,
people try to say
day.
he wasn't, but like I feel like even if it was planned, because he is an actor, so it could have been like he just got fed lines, but he would look confident and like knew ball, and he was the only person to take Ohio when they beat University of Miami, Ohio.
Yeah, and they smoked him. Blew him out. He's a ball knower. Number 7, I had none other than Bronny James.
Okay.
Bronny James. For my notes, I put why not? Yeah, I put why not, and we could be the first to give him an award as a pro.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of cool. And then if he has like a long career in the NBA, when they're counting all his accolades, we can be like, actually, his first award as a pro was from yelling at pigeons.
Yeah. I'm going to put, I guess I'll start with my number 6 that I put just because, and I put LeBron James Sr.
Let's go. That's
Which
so weird.
Was like, and I put in parentheses just because.
Yeah, just why not?
Because
people would be if he was the
graphic.
Time Person of the Year, people would be mad.
Yeah, or they would love it.
But you're right. People, the Bronsexuals would love that.
Yeah.
If we gave him Person of the Year, that would be pretty sick. Do you want me to do my 6 or?
Yeah, go with your 6.
Okay. My 6 was, and my notes for this beforehand was, I feel weird choosing them because it kind of feels like pandering. But they had another huge year, and you just love to see it. But the Basement Boys.
Yeah.
Over at the Basement Yard. They had another crushed it this year.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't really realistic, like would actually give that to them, but just wanted to acknowledge that they crushed it this year.
Who shouted you out a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I was gonna say, funny enough, I made this note yesterday, and then this morning, the story was so crazy because not that crazy, but just kind of funny because when you're listening to a podcast, I don't know how many of the listeners do this. Probably with us, they do it the entire time,
all the time.
But they're probably doing it right now. Wake up! Listen.
Or in your walls.
What you're doing right now.
Oh.
yeah. What you're doing right now where you just were like, what are they? Whoa, I'm back. I'm snapped back in. What are they talking about? I do that a lot when I'm listening to the many podcasts that I listen to. So like, let's say if, there's a key word or something that just kind of wakes you back up, right? So it's the morning, getting ready this morning, and I'm behind on the Basement Yard. I'm like a few episodes behind I guess this episode that I listened to this morning probably came out for regular listeners yesterday, but I'm on their Patreon, so it's a week old for me. And I put it on in the bathroom getting ready, half asleep, honestly on the can, sitting there, half asleep. I literally could not tell you the last word either of them just said, and all of a sudden I just hear Frankie say Luke Schultz, and I was like, what? Like, again, still very tired, and I'm like, am I hallucinating? Like, I felt like Ed from Good Burger when the food starts talking to him, like, don't fry me, Ed, please.
Ed.
Yeah. I'm like, why is this podcast of these people who are doing very well saying my name right now through my headphones? Because that's not how this works. I'm not on a phone call.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hold on. I hit -15 and go into it again. And I had like made this AI thing, like clip of their show with like an AI script and stuff, and sent it to them on Twitter, and they were talking about that and broke it down. It was really funny. Check it out. But that was funny to have that. Yeah, they talked about that clip for a lot, and it was like a very funny episode.
Yeah.
But so check that out. It was the weirdest dream I ever had.
Yeah.
Episode, I don't know the episode number, but yeah, go check that out. I was so caught off guard. Like if you don't listen to the Basement Yard,
I wish I was caught up before you, so that because I was like I've been working on catching up.
Yeah, yeah. I thought about that when I realized it. I'm like, Caleb and Noah must also be behind because there's no way neither of them wouldn't have immediately called me and been like, "Have you listened to this episode?"
Yeah.
But that was a weird moment. Like imagine for someone that doesn't listen to the Basement, maybe you listen to like. I mean, something else I listen to, like Pardon My Take. It's a huge podcast. Imagine you're listening to Pardon My Take, and you're zoned out. You're just hearing Max complain about the Eagles. You don't even realize it because you're not paying attention. And all of a sudden, you just hear PFT go, Caleb Crane. You're like, wait, what? And it had been long enough. Like, it had been like 2 weeks since I tweeted that thing at them. So I just wasn't even, it wasn't on my radar at all.
And I think the craziest part is that he said your name correctly.
Yeah. Shout out to Frank Alvarez for pronouncing my name right. Because honestly, not a ton of people get it wrong, but it's easy to get wrong. Like, it's pronounced with an invisible T.
Yeah.
I kind of think we might be wrong. Like, down the line in my family tree, they probably said Scholes. Yeah. Someone at some point was
Scholesy.
like...
Didn't you get Scholesy?
I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, I used to get Scholesy a lot.
You're a Canadian hockey player? A Canadian
hockey player? Schultzy a lot. Schultzy. And... Which I don't mind. I'm not one of those people like, you said my name wrong. But when you say it right without me having to point it out, props.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if I didn't know my last name and I read it, I'd probably say Scholes.
Yeah. I was going to say cut this out, but since you have a good computer, you should clip this part of us talking about them, talking about you.
Oh, yeah, we could.
Maybe they'll
put it out
or something. And maybe they'll like offer to pay us to do this.
Maybe they'll just like retire and just give us their vacancy.
That'll be cool. That would be cool. That would be cool.
No, but that was really fun because I made that AI thing. Like, I went back in my camera roll to find because I turned it into a little video and then I saved it. I saved that video February of last year, so I was like, I made that video a long time ago, and then to finally see when I made that, I was like, this is so funny. I'm gonna send it. I think I sent it to them back then. They must have not seen it, and I'm like, oh, okay, can't hit them all. It's fine. I thought it was funny. And then to see them actually break it down, watch it on the show, was so fun. That was so cool. So shout out to them and shout out to Frank for saying my name correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my, what was that, 6?
Yeah. I'm going to go with my 5 here. We're going to dip into the sports world. I know this isn't yelling at sports, so I'm sorry if you don't come here to listen to us talk about sports, but Scotty Scheffler had a year.
I almost put Scotty Scheffler. That's a good one. That's a good one.
He won so many tournaments, 2 majors, I think.
Yeah,
at least. And
you could have told. I'm gonna be honest. You could have told me 5, and I would have been like, yeah, he did.
Had a kid.
Had a kid. Got arrested.
Got arrested for the wrong, not a good reason.
For being a savage.
Yeah. But shout out Scotty Scheffler. That's my number 5.
He got arrested for ruining the officer's pants beyond repair.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out Scotty. Scotty, I feel
shout out
Scotty
to
belongs
Scotty
on this list.
Come on the show. My number 5 was Mudang.
Oh, that was mine. I almost picked Mudang right there. I don't really have them in order. I was hoping Mudang would make it further up the list. But
my number 5, again, it's not really ranked, but just in the order that I wrote them down, was Mudang at 5. And my notes for it, Mudang.
Yeah.
It's just Mudang. Why not? It's Mudang.
Mudang. Great. So I guess Mudang will be my number 4, or I don't know if we put a graphic out. We're not going to put a graphic out of all of these. We're just going to put a graphic out of our winner. I also have Kendrick Lamar on my list.
I have Kendrick 4.
There you go. This is my 4.
What were your notes for? Did you have any notes for Kendrick, or just had?
He had an all-time year. His
beef. I just had
Drake.
One Drake beef
banger after banger after banger.
Yep. One Drake beef will play Super Bowl. That was mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mudang was my 5. Or so I had Kendrick at 3 then. Yeah. Again, I don't know why I'm even saying that because it's not ranked. Yeah. But after Mudang, I had, and I'm pretty sure you had this, but you might have this at 1. This might shock you because it's not my 1. It was a GPS.
Wait,
Glenn
you don't have Glenn Powell at 1?
I don't have Glenn Powell at 1. I'm interested to see if you have my 1 at all. Interested to see if you have my 1 at all. It might be my 1 then. It's probably going to be my 1 versus Glenn Powell for the whole thing.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll talk it
Well, that
out,
means
figure it out.
I only have one more left on my list.
Since you already
Besides-
said Kendrick, I have 2 left.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you want to go? Let's talk about Glenn Powell. I mean, he was in Twisters. He was.
Yeah, I mean,
He
what
was
a
all
year.
over the place.
It was a GPS. It was Glenn Powell Summer. Yeah, Twisters. Hitman. Did you watch Hitman?
No, I don't think I've seen any of his movies that he put out this year.
Okay.
But I know that I would. I'm just a big fan of him.
Yeah. If you could start, if they did a person of the time frame from when Top Gun Maverick came out to right now,
Yeah,
easily
Easy.
Glenn Powell.
Easy
Easily
Glenn Powell.
If you do just this year, still might easily be
Still Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. But if you extend it to that, it's a lock.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a GPS. It was Glenn Powell Summer. If
Yeah.
you feel it, chase it.
So
Twisters thing you wouldn't understand.
it is on Peacock. I will watch it soon. Do you want to do your second to last one now? So then I'll do my last.
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. I will do my second to last one. This one I have the most notes on. And this is World of T-shirts.
Oh,
That's my option. For my notes, I said kinda sucks. Parentheses, not his fault,
yeah.
which I believe. He is the king of New York.
King of New York.
You have to acknowledge that he's the king of New York. He's a
Mhm.
captain.
Yeah.
Has lots of music. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Lots of music.
Sick crypto tattoo on his bicep. That's
Okay.
actually not sick at all and is very sad. And I commented, "This is extremely sad. Josh is being taken advantage of," and someone deleted it.
Oh.
Whoever's running his account, whether it's Josh
Yeah.
or whoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but to list some of his songs, if you guys aren't familiar, Josh Block, World of T-shirts, his number 1 song on Spotify, "All I Want for Christmas Is Booze."
Okay.
Number 2, "It's 1700 Somewhere."
Okay.
Number 3, "Whiskey Neat" radio edit. It's literally just a cover of Whiskey Neat.
Okay.
It's not changed. Like the other ones are like obviously it's some kind of pun. It's just Whiskey Neat.
Yeah.
Number 4, 12 Days of Christmas. Could be some
Okay.
foreshadowing. Which, if you haven't heard that, it's just on the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a 12-pack of Twisted Teas. And then number 2 is also Twisted Teas. Like every single one is Twisted Teas. And then number 5 is Drink On, which is a cover of Aerosmith's Dream On.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just Drink On. So,
Okay.
Josh, it's fun to laugh about this. So someone needs to help Josh because that's it's actually really sad to see him go from getting Dunkin' every day to just drinking all day. It's really, really sad.
I'm adding.
But also
someone
Drink On,
to-
kind of a banger.
I'm gonna add someone to my list.
Okay.
I hope it's not the same one as you, but the TikTok world made me think of it.
It's gonna be.
Is it Mark?
No.
Do you know Mark?
Do I know Mark?
He just does covers of songs.
I've seen some people on there do covers of songs, but I don't. If I've seen
is
them, I don't
Mark.
know them as like, oh yeah,
This
Mark.
is Mark singing the.
You're not talking about just had him, are you?
No.
Okay.
This is Mark singing "The Game," Triple H's theme song.
Okay.
To play the game. Time to play the game.
But he's blown up like all over. Like he does like shows at like bars and stuff. He was at a couple like indie wrestling events.
Yeah.
Like, just singing covers. He has so many covers.
I'll send you some links.
That's awesome. You know who I could have nominated was oh man, I can't think of his name.
Is it the guy
I
that
think
dances?
he goes. Yeah, he goes by all 3, and
Yes.
he'll do like full concerts as like Michael
Yes.
Jackson. And the
Yes.
man is one of the greatest athletes of our generation. Just
Yeah,
will hit a
something
full backflip.
Alexander or something.
Jason Alexander.
Yeah.
Jason
Isn't-
something
isn't-
Alexander.
Isn't that the guy? Isn't Jason Alexander the guy from Seinfeld?
I think so. I think that's why he does all 3
Yeah.
because he has the same name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Alexander, the guy from Seinfeld. TikTok. Jason Alexander Pleasant.
Okay.
So
yeah,
he just
he's
adds
the- he's the
Alexander
man.
for pretty much for the opposite reason.
He's the man.
The best.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Absolutely.
But yeah. Okay. Do you want me to get? Go ahead.
I think I have one. My last one, because I'm dying to know what yours is. But I'll do my last one first. And I actually think this person could compete with Glenn Powell.
Okay, and that is Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, is that who you have?
No, but it just came to mind. He had a great year.
He did.
He was in a lot of good stuff.
I'm going with Sydney Sweeney, and in parentheses I have,
Ooh.
you know why.
You're going with Sydney or her Sweeney's?
Yes.
What was the mostly sports thing? Sydney's?
Sweeney's or Pittman's?
I can't remember who the Pittman's Sydney's. Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Also, I just think a graphic, if we put out a graphic of her being our person of the year, could go crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
And if she picked it up, could, get some numbies.
Come on the show.
Come on the show.
Come on the show.
Come on the
That'd be lit.
Yeah. Sydney Sweeney. She also, she did have a great year, but
yeah. She could come on the show. We could review My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be a good time. Yeah. No, that's a good pick.
I'm excited.
That was you had that written down, or that was off the dome?
It was written down.
Got it. But your official number one nomination was Glenn Powell?
Yeah. And she was 2.
I'm surprised. Okay. I'm surprised you didn't have my number one.
Okay.
Maybe I'm over exaggerating their cultural impact. My number one nomination for the Yelling at Pigeons Person of the Year is the Rizzler.
Oh my goodness.
The Rizzler.
How did I not have the Rizzler on my list?
Number one has Riz. That's the first thing. Has bars. Absolute bars. And overall, cool guy.
Cool guy.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah. Man, the Rizzler. I think it might be between the Rizzler and Sydney Sweeney, honestly.
It's man. It's tough.
3 heavy hitters.
It's tough. I wish we had a bigger listener base so we could put out a poll.
Yeah. The Rizzler, man. I think. How did I not have the Rizzler on my list?
I was shocked. Honorable mentions: AJ and Big Justice. I thought maybe you'd have one of them.
No. The Rizzler.
Sydney's Rizzlers or Rizzlers?
Yeah.
Sydney's.
All of mine. I went just way more like off like non-internet people, besides Moodad.
Yeah.
But that's a good one.
That's tough. The Rizzler versus Sydney Sweeney.
Glenn, we can't forget Glenn Powell. Glenn
Powell.
But I do like the Rizzler a lot. I think if we put out.
Nah. We can't do participation trophies. I was gonna say, what if instead of doing a Person of the Year, we do like the Big 4 of the year, Big 3 of the year,
the Mount Rushmore of.
That's a good idea. I don't think any podcast has done a Mount Rushmore theme thing. Big 3 of the year.
Can we do
top 3 of the year?
Can we do Man of the Year and Woman of the Year?
We could.
And then we
I
can
think
do
it's more
Kid
fun
of the
if
Year.
they're just all the same.
This is how we have 3 of them. We have Kid of the Year, Man of the Year, and Woman of the Year.
This is tough. But then at that point, we might as well just do a whole award show, which would be fun.
Yeah, I think maybe on our
maybe
year
next
anniversary
year
we'll do
an
award show. The Yappies.
The Yappies.
Yeah,
this is tough.
It's really hard to decide. One, I think Sydney Sweeney retweet or post on her Instagram story would do numbers. But I think the Rizzler deserves it. It was the Rizzler's year.
This was his year.
It was his year.
Dominated.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Plus, maybe we get a Rizzler retweet.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in as this is. I'm going to agree that it's the Rizzler. Yeah, Person of the Year.
Congrats. I'm still open to finding a way to do all 3.
Yes.
Or especially finding a way to do Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
We we could
You are
work it
trying
in.
to find out how many people say Sweeney.
But congratulations, the Rizzler,
Yeah, you
officially yelling at
Official.
pigeons, first ever
person.
person of the year.
And people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is the 2024 person." No, this is the first person of the year. We're not going to care about what year it is. It's just going to be one.
So next year it'll just be the second person of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be second.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Who knows? Maybe by next year it's the noun of the year.
That's true.
I have no
That's
idea.
true.
You could be competing
we'll have
with
so
say
much more
something
time.
that's going to pop off next year. That's not a person.
Tense.
Prediction. He's going to be competing with tents.
Ooh, does the person do we make it a competition? So you have to beat last year's person of the year.
Oh, he could just be the reigning champ.
He
The
could be the
Rizzler
reigning
next
champ.
year.
Like, and it is not that necessarily based off of next year. It's based off.
So
his-
it's not even of the year
his-
then. It's just the Yap person.
Yeah, yeah.
The world champion person.
world champion.
The Yap world champion person
Yeah,
will defend his
World
crown
champion.
this time next year against who knows?
Who knows what it's going to be? It could be a person, place, or thing. Yeah. Who knows?
I'm gonna put so people at least kind of understand it. I'm gonna on the graphic put person of the year champion.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, person of the year champion,
Yeah. Yeah. Love that. Love that.
which is low key the potty champion.
The potty champion.
Yeah, potty champion.
Person of the year. Yeah. So I'm just thinking for like graphic this week. Are you going to put our faces on Time magazines?
Yeah, I was throwing some ideas around in my head with my internal monologue.
To who?
We were talking about it. I haven't quite decided yet, but yeah, I'll probably incorporate some kind of person of the year.
Also,
theme.
kind of crazy that I guess he had a huge year, like in our eyes, but Childish Gambino not getting a nomination from either of us.
Yeah, because I think that's why though, because we know it's like in our eyes,
Yeah,
he had a huge year, but
yeah,
and that like I don't think he had any acting roles this year. He
Yeah.
did drop what might at this point might be my favorite album of all time.
yeah.
But yeah, that's too specific to us. The Rizzler, everyone loves the Rizzler.
And
If you don't know the Rizzler, get some videos going because he's
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself.
Um,
Well, we talked about him last week and had the card, the autograph card. So if you watched on the YouTube, you saw the little picture of the autograph card that I put in there. So the Rizzler. What was his trying to think of one of his bars from his Christmas song. He's got a couple Christmas songs out. The guy's just he's just killing it.
yeah, he's
He's just absolutely killing it.
so fire. I can't even remember what it is, but I'll have to give it a listen again. But yeah, speaking of educating yourself, do we want to jump into the quick, fast 5 trivia? And
Oh man, we are as a society we are so doomed.
why? Why this?
I tried to Google the lyrics to one of the Christmas songs, which is I'm now seeing as Merry Rismas, and I thought it was just called Rismas lyrics. Like I put Rismas lyrics, and the first option that came up is a song that apparently exists. That's called. It's beginning to look a gyat like Rismas.
Oh no. He's
We're
Black
cooked.
Panther.
We're cool.
Yeah, I wish I knew.
Oh my gosh.
Because he has the Dismas, but he also has the other one.
Yeah, Dismas and
I don't remember what the other one is. But he...
yeah, he had a Wakanda line that was crazy, but I don't.
What kind of
awesome.
bars do you have or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Oh man, and Dismas is like isn't he like dissing gift cards or something?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Wait,
It's the
I'm
best.
watching it now.
Everyone should go
Yeah.
check out the Rizzler
Yeah.
on Spotify, unless the person that did the song with him is exploiting him. I don't know behind the scenes.
I hope not.
We support the risk.
Yeah, I'm about to get to his lines.
Okay.
This is great podcasting.
Amazing podcasting.
Great podcasting. Good thing we're almost over, so people probably already stopped listening to us.
That's true. They stopped listening a long time ago.
He said, I'm like the Polar Express the way my name rings bells. Bar.
Oh, man.
I got checked out more than people in hotels. Bars.
I mean, he's basically the new Lil Wayne. Have you heard the...
All I gotta do is flex my jaw, and I can steal her, like Terry Bradshaw. Bars. Didn't know Terry Bradshaw was out here.
Come on.
And then, guess I'm the Grinch the way you dudes feel.
Oh,
I
yeah,
never
yeah.
heard of you. That's why you live in Whoville.
That's why you live in Whoville.
Bars. Swag Santa, Bag Grabber, Black Panther. Wakanda verse do you kill? Bars.
Songbird of our generation.
Songbird of our generation. So hopefully
Just a
this isn't just a flash in the pan. I feel like if he was a flash in the pan, he would already be out of the system. But I feel like he has staying power.
I hope so.
He's got it.
Good old Brandon Walker did have a good point of like how many years until it's just like, okay, he's not a cute little kid anymore. He's just a guy.
Yeah. I did see something.
But right now he's Person of the Year champion. So.
I did see something about how if Ellen was still around, then the Huck Tuah girl would have been on her show and gone within minutes, and nobody would have thought about her ever again. Like she used to just like not even destroy. Like she would just.
We
like,
almost. That's a good point.
Everything we need Ellen back so that she.
I was gonna say we almost are to the point where we need to get her back. She's kind of the filter, the cycle, get us through that. You know,
and I think it's like people don't love Ellen, so like people are on her show and they're like, okay, she was on Ellen, cool, now we're done. And then so hopefully she might be. We haven't heard from her since she said that she had to go to sleep.
Since she had to go to bed, she's been like, listen, she was tired. You know what I mean?
Tired.
She was tired.
She said, "Wake me up when December ends." All right. Let's get should we do a quick 5 and get out of here?
Yeah, let's do a quick 5.
I say 5, quick 5, fast 5. What is it? Nobody knows anymore.
That
Sporkle, if you want us to get it right,
I think it's live 5.
Yeah, well, Sporkle, if you want us to say it right, sponsor the show.
Yeah. Man, I was trying to look for the audio of that going to bed thing. I was trying to find it on TikTok. I'll find it. Yeah, okay. Live 5. Yes, it is called the Live 5. I got to share the screen. That's how this works. Then we can see it. Bam. Okay, all-time record. 7 in a row. We got to get 5 in a row. Can't end the pod until we get 5 in a row or until we get too tired and go to bed and talk to you all tomorrow. Let's go. The title character of what 1969 children's book by Eric Carle eats, among other things, 3 plums, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, and 2 pears.
I eat pears now.
The Very Hungry Caterpillar? I mean, this guy sounds super hungry.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I think I might have the clip. Let me listen to it real quick.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Love that. Well, save it.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm going to go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Sorry, I heard
insane thing. I was going to say we'll sign off with that, but I borderline want to just make that our permanent sign off. I don't think she has a copyright to that.
No, yeah, we need to make that our...
Please, instead of the outro, it just plays that.
I'll send you
it's
that.
all time. Huge crypto scam. Okay. Do a huge crypto scam, and people lose their Christmas money, their savings. People lose so much money. You make so much money off of it, and when you're getting criticized for it and someone's exposing you in the Twitter space, you're just like, anywho, I'm going to go to bed in the middle of it.
I found that on Hannah Montoya's
so fun.
TikTok.
That I was I pulled up her page to try to find it because I knew she made a video of it and I couldn't find it.
I just
I
looked up Hawk Tuah.
And it
I'm
came
going
up.
to sleep on YouTube, or not YouTube, on Google.
That's how I got it last time I was looking for it. I googled that and it suggests her first for whatever reason. But okay, so we got one question right. Full transparency, last week when we did this, I don't know what happened. We got to 5. Caleb was like, that only took us 10 minutes. I was like, yep, kept going. Don't know why. So if we get to 5 this time, I'm going to try to be aware of that. But question 2. What fast food chain bills itself as America's drive-in?
It has to be Sonic, right?
It feels like a Sonic thing to say.
Because, like, In-N-Out's a drive-through. Carl's Jr. Hardee's is a drive-through. Checkers.
Oh, drive-in.
Also a drive-through. Like, just Sonic, you drive up and you...
Wait, Checkers, do you low-key drive in?
No, you drive through. Like, it's still a drive-through. Like, you get your food and leave. Like, Sonic, you drive in and you can stay.
I'm Googling a picture of a Checkers right now. I don't think that's cheating.
As long as it doesn't say
who would have thought it would be a bunch of Checkers boards? Of course.
Go Sonic.
What an idiot.
Just go Sonic, because I don't want you to look up Sonic. Because if you look up Checkers restaurant and it tells you...
It might have the slogan.
Yeah.
It might have the slogan. You're right.
I think it's Sonic.
Currently, I'm still looking at checkered boards, so I will come back to the other page.
I'm 98% sure it's Sonic.
Sonic.
Yeah.
No Knuckles. What is Jacob's last name in the Twilight series? Ooh. Okay, so Edward is Cullen. Lautner's the real thing. Taylor's his first name. I think it's Black.
Yep.
Let's go.
Good. That was
awesome. Oh, come on. Come on,
Gary
Live 5.
Home.
Come on.
Gary Come Home is an all-time banger.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I was wrong.
I saw one of those.
Now you're gone.
One of those TikTok things where it's like, 5 songs, one has to go, and it was "Sweet Sweet Victory," "Best Day Ever," "Ripped Pants," "Campfire Song," and
Don't Say Fun.
No, and I can't remember what the last one was. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sorry, but I feel like out of the 5 that was on there, it had to be Best Day Ever. Like, Best Day Ever is.
I was thinking Best Day Ever right now, but it is a good song. It doesn't compete with the other ones.
Yeah, Campfire Song, Best Day Ever, Sweet Victory.
Doing the Sponge. Oh, This Grill Is Not a Home.
That's a banger. Best Day Ever. That's Best Day Ever.
Goofy Goober Rock, as we know.
Okay, Goofy Goober Rock was the 5th one. So I think of those 5, that had.
Well, actually, Goofy Goober Rock though doesn't touch the Goofy Goober song. Such a good song.
So I think.
But yeah, this is obviously Gary.
Yeah. I think it had to be Best Day Ever out of those 5.
Yeah, I agree. What character is played by Patrick Stewart in the television show Star Trek: The Next Generation?
Is Anakin not on this list?
No, Caleb. We're not doing that. Don't be dumb. Anakin. We just talked about Twilight. That's what Anakin's from.
I think is he.
This we're looking for R2D2.
I think he's Captain Picard.
Star Trek.
Jean-Luc Picard is.
No, he's from Game of Thrones, I think.
I do think it's Picard.
No, I don't know. Okay, that sounds right.
Look at that.
Damn.
That we just went 5
just
for 5.
like that.
5 for 5.
Money. Let's see how far we can go. What Disney classic film featured the award-winning song
ever.
"Colors of the Wind"? This
No
is
way.
Mulan. No, it's Pocahontas, right?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Before I click on this, I want you to know.
Pocahontas.
Okay. I was saying, I want you to know. I'm honestly saying Pocahontas.
Yes.
And on the off chance that I was having a wrong moment and you were sarcastically saying yes, I didn't want to click on it and be wrong.
No, it was Pocahontas.
In 1993, what athlete won the very first ESPY award for Best Male Athlete? It's kind of on brand with our whole Think
That
back.
is crazy.
93 feels like Jordan.
Jordan.
But did
or
they
Bo
create the
Jackson?
award because Bo Jackson was playing 2 sports?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Are these the finalists?
I don't know. I mean, it's just
My vote
options.
is Bo Jackson.
Bo knows. Was that the right era? Or was he
I don't know.
80s? It's not Magic Johnson.
No.
Probably not Mark McGuire. Maybe.
When was Mark McGuire?
Um,
Because he was like home runs. Was that like later 90s?
I always pictured it as later 90s, but I don't know.
I think I feel like Bo Jackson earlier. Because this is like
Bo Jackson does have an insane PR team
Yes.
because his stats aren't that crazy.
But he's also Michael Jordan. Like Michael Jordan.
It is Michael Jordan, and ESPN loved until LeBron came along. Loved Michael Jordan.
Those are the two that I'm stuck between. Oh, that was. I would say that. I think it's. I'm selling myself more on Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
I don't know when Bo Jackson. Like I know that's when Michael Jordan was really good.
Let's go. We just tied our record, all-time record. It was Michael Jordan. In which 1989 Hasbro party game is the object to have your partner guess the word on a card without using that word or 5 additional words listed? Is this taboo?
Is it
Or
taboo
categories?
password? There's categories
No,
where you have to
categories.
write down the words.
You write it down. Yeah, okay. It's not categories.
Not apple
I don't think I've played Apples to Apples, but I don't think it's that.
Apples to Apples is much like
Cards Against Humanity?
yes.
Yeah. Okay, I thought I heard that before.
I don't know if it's taboo or password because password. I think it's one word. I think it's taboo.
I think it's taboo because taboo is very charades-esque. I haven't played it in a long time, but I remember it being like charades adjacent, and that would make sense.
Yeah, like password is I think you get one card, but like you don't get other there's not 5 additional words that you can't use.
Let's go.
Ooh, record.
New record.
New record.
8 for 8. What hip-hop group released the singles First of the Month, Wake Up? This is Lil Uzi Vert. It's the first of the month. I think he did that song.
Thugs and Harmony.
The crossroads of their 1995 album 1999. Wait, 1995 album 1999. Eternal.
Interesting. I think it's Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah, this isn't NWA.
No.
It could be the Roots, but I don't think so. Not 3 6 Mafia. No shot. I think this is Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Shout out Mincy.
Let's go. Bone Thugs and Harmony did a post-game concert at one of my cousin's games one time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Was it on the first of the month?
Good question. I don't know. But Uzi is the one that sings that, right? It's the first of the month. Like, I know that's not the song they're talking about, but
I have no idea.
I'll have to fact check that when we're done. What is the name of the garden located outside of the west wing of the White House?
I'm just gonna say Jacqueline Kennedy Garden.
You worked at Tudor Farms.
Yeah.
Was there any presidential connection that could lead you to
Mm-mm.
believe that?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Hillwood feels like a thing. Rose Garden is too like it's a garden of roses.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacqueline Kennedy Garden seems too specific not to be.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the Rose Garden.
Wow.
Come on. It was the dumb one.
Yep. The dumb one.
Dang.
Yeah. Well,
that was a good run though. New record.
Good show.
9.
Good show. Good run. 9. Yeah. And we went 9 straight without missing.
That's true. We didn't even our first miss was just then of the whole day.
And our we did get some pretty easy questions. What?
I'm so stupid.
What?
According to Google, that song is Sky by Playboi Carti, and I knew that, and I'm an idiot. And I said it was Uzi.
Well,
You know why? Because my brain confused it with the meme when Uzi's like, it's my third day out here. And everyone always tweets it on the third day of the month.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's only my third day out here.
Yeah, well, I feel like that was a good show. We got some history lessons.
Yep. And we made history. Actually,
history. The Rizzler.
who am I to give us the credit?
Yeah.
The Rizzler made
Rizzler
history
made
today
history.
as the first ever Yelling at Pigeons Person of the Year champion.
And if you are listening to this now, you know that the title of this episode was "We Crown a Yap Person of the Year," or something.
Yes, something like that. Yep. All right, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Caleb P. Crane, on Instagram at Caleb Crane 12, and TikTok Caleb Crane 6. I keep saying I'm going to make more TikToks. I have not yet though. But yeah, where they find you?
They can find me on anything I'm on at Luke Schultz 56, mostly Twitter.
Great.
And
It's been real. Oh yeah. Play it
yeah, let me get back to it.
before we blouse. We'll let Haley Welch blouse for us because this has
Hello
been an
there.
episode.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yap, yap, yelling at pigeons. Yap, yap, nobody listens.